What's up, everyone? What's up? What's up, everyone? Eli here, back for a book review. I know my last one, the Brian Posehn review, didn't go over all that well, at least for views and stuff like that. But I've said it before, and I'll say it a million more times. That is not why I do this. I do it for myself mostly, and with hopes that a couple people will tag along with me, and I can make some new friends and all that shit. But yeah, I'm definitely not not an attention view whore or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, I love reading. I've been doing a lot of it lately, and I want to keep that up. And I like doing these book reviews, so I'm just going to keep doing them, despite their kind of lack in popularity. But anyways, the review we're doing today is, I showed this in a video recently, not that long ago when I bought it, so I've only had this I've had it like a month or so, but I only just got around to reading it. But this is a graphic novel, came out on Image Comics back in 2014. Kinski by Gabriel Hardman. I wasn't necessarily familiar with Gabriel Hardman's work, but now that I have this, I definitely want to become more familiar. What a talented motherfucker. Not only did he write this, he also drew it, he illustrated it. So, I mean, this guy can do everything, it seems. So anyways, before I get to that, I am going to, I guess we can call this a drink review as well. I've been wanting to try these for a while. I'd seen them around and finally took the plunge, bought a 4-pack. We have Fugu Vodka, Mild Bloody Mary, Cutwater Spirits. I'm not really familiar with this stuff, but I don't know if any of you guys seen this around. Really dig their logo. It's fucking cool. This would make a cool shirt, actually, which they probably have. Those of you that have never seen The Simpsons, you might remember that episode. Fugu is what are they called? Puffer fish. I don't know. It's a Japanese fish. You can. Some chefs make sushi out of it. They're super poisonous, so they have to take out a gland or something, or else you'll die. And I guess even when you do eat it, your mouth gets numb. I think it's more of a novelty than anything. I don't know if they're tasty or whatever, but yeah. Anyways, 4-pack of these. I'd been wanting to try it. So Cutwater vodka. Cutwater vodka is what's in it. I'm not a huge drinker, so I'm not familiar with any of this stuff. 3 on the spice level. I've actually been told they're super spicy, and that 3 is not real accurate, so let's find out here. 10% alcohol, by the way. That's kind of hefty, but it's vodka, I guess. I'm used to beer. I'm more of a beer guy, but I love a good Bloody Mary. Definitely a big fan. So cheers, guys. This is pretty spicy, but I don't know if I disagree with the 3. Someone told me she thought it was overly spicy. Like I said, the can says fucking mild. I don't know if I'd call it mild, though. I think I'd call this more of like a, 3 out of 5 is probably actually right. But 3 out of 5, that's not really mild. Mild would be like 1 or 2 out of 5. Anyways. It's pretty good. It'd be better in like a glass with something, some celery or like pickled asparagus. All right, I should probably get on to the review. Viewers are probably dropping off as we speak. So anyway, Kinski. I got it because anyone that knows me even a little bit knows that I absolutely love animals, especially dogs. And even just looking at the cover, I mean, it kind of reminded me of my dog Louie when he was a puppy. Shorter hair, not quite as shaggy, but I mean, that's not far off from what he looked like. Once again, Gabriel Hardman's artwork is amazing. Here's the back cover. This is the main character, Joe, right here. And the story is about Joe. So Joe's a traveling salesman. He's a good guy. He reminds me of myself a lot, which is the first time I'd ever felt that way about a character in probably anything, but he really reminds me of myself. Joe's a good guy. He doesn't always make the best decisions, but he means well in everything that he does. He doesn't always know when to keep his mouth shut, and he's pretty good at getting himself into trouble and troublesome situations. So Joe and a couple of his coworkers, one guy's name was Frank, I believe, and then their boss. I don't remember the boss's name, but Frank. Frank's a good guy as well. Frank likes Joe. He kind of gets tired of kind of helping Joe and bailing him out of situations all the time. He's a good guy. He likes Joe, but they're not like super close friends. So I mean, at one point, Frank kind of decides to go separate ways from Joe. He gets tired of helping him and getting into trouble with Joe. So basically, they're on a business trip, the three of them. They're far from home. It doesn't really specify where that is, but anyways, they're outside of their hotel one day, and at least Joe is, and a puppy comes up to him that he assumes is a stray. He decides real quickly, within minutes, that okay, I'm keeping this puppy. And you get the feeling that, well, he's on the road for work, not the best time to adopt a dog. But he makes rash decisions. He doesn't probably think it through. His life clearly is not set up to be able to own a pet, but he does it anyway. He just makes the decision almost instantly. I like this puppy. He came to me. I'm keeping him. Little does he know that the puppy had been kind of lurking around the hotel for a while, and the hotel manager calls animal control. So while Joe's making the decision to keep this puppy, within minutes, animal control comes up and they're like, we have to take this dog. And Joe's like, well, I found it. It's mine. And animal control officer, understandably says, that's not how it works. We need to take him, we need to give the owners a chance to claim him. He's probably just lost. So Joe's just like, damn it. All right, fine. Lets the officer take him. He ends up going back and kind of forging a signature and stuff, saying that he's the owner of the dog. So he ends up taking him. Finds out later that the dog does belong to a family. The little boy who lives with his mom and his mom's boyfriend. He gets the idea that the mom's boyfriend is probably not a very good guy, and that turns out to be true. He's not. He's a piece of shit. So Joe, after work one day, still staying in the hotel, he's walking around the neighborhood, and he just randomly finds the dog. It's a small town, so he randomly finds the dog, tied up in a backyard, like tied up on a short rope to a swing set. Clearly not the way that you don't do that with a puppy or any dog, and he knows that. He also sees that there's a little boy that lives there, so he makes the decision. What should I do? I don't want to steal a puppy from a little boy, but I think that this animal is living in an abusive situation, and he makes the choice to basically steal the dog, who he names Kinski, by the way, after the actor Klaus Kinski. So he ends up stealing the dog. And I don't want to give out any spoilers. That's just the first couple minutes of the book. It turns into quite a tale. Joe ends up he basically sacrifices his job to keep this dog. He gets fired. He loses his job. His life starts kind of going downhill a little bit, but he stands by his decisions, and he's drawn to this puppy, and and he loves him. So It's a very heartwarming story. It's there's a lot more to it than what I just said. It's not real long. You can read this in an hour or probably less. I don't know how long it took me. I read it in increments, but basically the backs. I'll read the back, kind of synopsis for you. Kinski, the story of a boy and his dog. Only the boy is a traveling salesman, and the dog doesn't belong to him. Joe's self-styled mission to save a puppy from its neglectful owners escalates into a righteous crusade in this quirky crime thriller written and drawn by Gabriel Hardman. Once again, I can't say enough good things about the artwork. This thing is beautifully drawn, well written. Even if you're not a comic fan, I mean, this isn't fucking Spider-Man. This isn't, fantastical tales of super mutants and shit like that. But it's just a good story. Maybe even if broken up into chapters. By the way, there's 6 chapters. But yeah, I mean, even if you're not into comic books, I think you might still be able to get something out of this. It's just if you like animals, I think this might. It's just a good story. So, anyways, I think I'll conclude this review. Have you read Kinski? Do you like it? What did you think about it? Are you familiar with Gabriel Hardman's work? Talk to me about it. Have you had the Fuji Bloody Mary Cutwater vodka stuff? Pretty decent. I'd probably get it again. I prefer to make my own Bloody Marys. I tend to not make them very strong. I like to put lots of veggies in them and shit like that. So have a drink with me, yeah? It's a little early to be drinking, but it's like 12:30 on Sunday. It's Father's Day, by the way. So happy Father's Day to all you dads. As some of you might know, I'm a dad as well. I have a 12-year-old son. Well, he's turning 12 soon, but really has been wanting to come on my channel for a long time. And it's not that I've been trying to keep him off of it or anything. I don't know. I just haven't brought him on yet, but he'll probably do that eventually. So he's a great kid, as I'm sure your kids are as well. So anyways, talk to me about Kinski and Bloody Marys if you want. Other than that, thanks for hanging with me, and cheers. We'll talk soon.